Okay, so I'm back working on this 2013 Hyundai Sonata. We're going to be replacing the blower fan in here today. You don't need a lot of tools, you just need a short Phillips screwdriver. So here is what this looks like. And let's see, I think I picked this up, it was about $30. I'll leave a link. But basically, what we got going on is this is real noisy, and it's, you know, it may not even be blowing as hard as it should be, so we're going to go ahead and replace it. Okay, so you're going to want to come over here to the passenger side. Okay, so here's our Phillips we're using. Okay, so the first thing, we got to remove this panel right here. Okay, now up in here you'll feel a little tab in these three spots right here, and all you're going to do is pull back towards you on each of those tabs, and as you're pulling back you want to give it a little pull down like that. So we got one loose, go to the next, give it a little pull down. Let's get on this end, we got more slack. So we just pull down, pull back on that, and then this is just going to pull right straight towards you. And you can see these tabs here. See how you pull that back, it just kind of locks in there. And then this end just slips in to those slots. Let me show you those. So you see back here, those are the two slots that you slide that piece into, and then they just, of course, lock up in here. Okay, so now that we're in here, we got to go ahead and get this connector. And all you're going to do is squeeze. And as you're squeezing, just work it loose here. Okay, so I'm squeezing on the end there. And got to get that clip. Sometimes these can be really stubborn. Okay, and just to show you, you see that clip there, so you have to push really hard as you pull that off, because that right there is what's locking. So you got to push down really hard. It's on the back side where you can't hardly see it, and then give it a tug and it'll come off of there. Okay, so as we come in here, you'll know we got these Phillips screws. The one that's easy to see is right here. Now I would recommend leaving this one until you get these others loose. I'll show you where these are at. Okay, I'm going to try to get you here where you can see these. Got another one that's right here by this vent, and this is the probably the more difficult one, because it's like just all the vent here is like almost right in the way, and you kind of have to feel for these things because it's very difficult to see, even with me right here. It's difficult to see this. I know my hand's kind of in the way, but okay, so there's that one. We got one more back here at the back. Okay, so I hope you can see. It's like right here at the back. So my hand's going to be right here in the way, so I'm just going to take this out. Okay, so I got that one out, and you can see this is dropped down here. Okay, so we just got the final one up here in the front. These are not difficult to take out. This is going to fall down. So I need to get a hand on it. Like I say, when we put it back, we just orient that connector. Okay, now it's going to want to hit right here. So you just got to kind of get it past that. And there we have it. And we got some debris in here. Okay, now this does not account for the noise that I heard. This is a few sticks and stuff, but we will check the filter while we're at it, see what's going on. But it's definitely, you can tell the bearings are going out in this one. So we just got to get the new one back in. Okay, we got our new one. You can see that they look the same. You want to always compare the connector end. And so we'll go ahead and work this one back in place. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. So we're just going to make sure that that end is going to go out here where we need it. I'm going to start working it up in here. And I'm going to hit a little bit right here, so I'm going to kind of pull that a little bit over this side here. It's wanting to hang. Okay, have to rotate it a little bit. All right, so I had to pull that just slightly, and it went right into place. Okay, so I'm getting my first screw here, and then we'll work on the other ones. Okay, so we got the first one in. Now these other ones, I'm just going to reach around, feel for. I'm going to get the one at the very, very back and feed it in to where it goes. And said it's kind of trial and error. I want to feed it into where it goes, kind of feel for the hole, and then I'll push it up into place and then get it started there. Okay, easy enough. And now for the more difficult one to find is the one right here by this vent. So I'm just kind of feeling with my finger, or you can, you can lay down there and look, whatever's gonna work best for you. I'm just kind of feeling it. Okay, so all the screws are in. Now if it's easier, you can also feed them in with your fingers a little bit, and it'll stay there till you get the screwdriver on it. Just gonna push this back into place here. All right, and I'll make sure that it's on there securely. Right, before we put this bottom panel here, we'll go ahead and test it out and make sure it's working. Okay, so there we have it blowing, and I don't hear that kind of rattly, I don't know what you'd call it. You know, it sounded like the bearings were going out in it. Basically, it was making a lot of noise. This one's running nice and smooth. I could have let you listen to it before, but I don't know if the camera would even pick it up. So anyways, it's sounding good. We'll go ahead and get this bottom panel on. Okay, and for this one, we're going to start by feeding it into these slots here that it goes back into. And then we're just going to lift it. And just that easy, pop it right back in place. All right, so while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and we're going to check out this cabin filter. We'll need to drop that down. Now you notice this little tab right here. Okay, so we got to squeeze that. This is the little part that holds it, and pop that off. Yeah, we got these on each side. Gonna twist that. Same thing over here. And we'll drop it down. Okay, now this will just drop completely down. Okay, and we don't need to remove the glove box, so just drop it down. Now once we get in here, we can see we can get easy access to this. We're going to squeeze right here. You just squeeze Squeeze on these, just like that. This end just slips in to that slot right there. And then we can pull this out now. It looks like it's looking pretty dirty. Now this will really stop your airflow if this is getting clogged up, plus it smells. But yeah, you can see all the debris and the leaves and everything in there. So we're going to take this out. Now I don't have one right at the moment, but I will be getting one and replacing that. So, but in the meantime, we will just put this back on and put this back together till I get one. Okay, so we'll just lift this back up. We'll pop this piece back on. It's that easy. Okay, so when we take our, you'll note the shape there. So we'll pop that back up into place, just like that. So yeah, it just goes the one way there. All right. Okay, and out of curiosity, I wanted to see how much stronger it was blowing with that filter out. It actually makes quite a bit of difference. But you know, you want to watch your eyeballs if you take that filter out, because dust and stuff will be flying around. But we'll get another filter in there, and it really makes a big difference when those things get clogged. I mean, you just can't get as much airflow through. Alright, so anyway, that's going to do it on this video. Very easy replacement. Hope you found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do so. As always, I invite you to subscribe, and thanks for watching.